If you are a woman traversing the rich and meaningful landscape of life beyond your 60th year, and you have begun to notice your once abundant energy quietly waning, your natural desire perceptibly fading, and your intrinsic sense of vitality feeling just out of reach, I implore you to pause for a moment and listen with an open heart. Because the information I am about to share with you is not a fleeting gimmick or yet another product clamoring for your purchase. It is a quiet, natural, and profound shift that may help to restore something you might have thought was long gone. Imagine this for a moment. What if a simple handful of everyday foods, something as wonderfully uncomplicated as 3 specific types of nuts, could possess the innate power to gently reawaken your energy systems, to deeply nourish your sensuality, and to provide foundational support for the delicate hormonal balance that so often begins to shift in the later, wiser years of a woman's life? Hello, my name is Dr. Lily Stones. I have spent more than 3 decades of my professional life as a physician, dedicated to helping women just like you feel more vibrant, more in control of their own health, and more deeply connected to their bodies without a primary reliance on synthetic hormones or prohibitively expensive and often invasive treatments. And today, I want to share with you the remarkable story of 3 simple, nutrient-dense foods that can help you to do precisely that. There are no fads here, no marketing fluff, just real, nourishing support that is firmly backed by sound biology and extensive scientific research. So, if you are ready to feel more energized from within, more present and at home in your own body, and more confident in your enduring femininity once again, I wholeheartedly encourage you to stay with me. And if this information resonates deeply with you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with a friend who might benefit, or leave a comment below. Your unique experience and your voice help us to create a supportive community where women can not only age gracefully, but can thrive together. Now, let us begin with the first simple yet profoundly powerful food, one that has been scientifically shown to support circulation, cardiovascular health, and the foundational energy that so many women deeply crave. Let's talk about the magnificent walnut. Walnuts may appear to be a simple, unassuming snack, but they stand as one of the most effective and accessible foods you can reach for when it comes to supporting the health of your heart and the vibrancy of your overall vitality. I often refer to them as the circulation nut, because they work directly at the very root of so many of the common concerns that women over 60 face: lagging energy, a diminished libido, and even a lack of mental clarity. And that fundamental root is unequivocally blood flow. You see, a healthy and efficient circulatory system is responsible for delivering life, giving oxygen and essential nutrients to every single part of your body, from the intricate neural networks of your brain to the delicate tissues of your skin, and, critically, to your pelvic area. As we gracefully age, our blood vessels naturally and progressively become less flexible, and our body's ability to produce nitric oxide, a key compound that keeps those vessels relaxed, open, and responsive, begins to decline. This physiological shift can lead to slower circulation, which might manifest as cooler extremities, lower overall energy levels, and yes, even a marked decrease in physical arousal. This is precisely where walnuts come in to offer their powerful support. They are naturally and exceptionally rich in an amino acid called L-arginine, which your body utilizes as a primary building block to produce that all-important nitric oxide. When you consume walnuts on a regular basis, you are essentially providing your cardiovascular system with the precise tools it needs to remain elastic, responsive, and highly efficient. But that is not all. Walnuts are also densely packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically alpha-linolenic acid ALA, which have been conclusively shown in extensive research from the Mayo Clinic and other leading institutions to reduce systemic inflammation and to bolster heart health, a key factor for the well-being of aging women. Allow me to share a real-life example with you. A wonderful woman I had the privilege of working with, Carol, was 68 years old when she first came to my office. She shared with me, her voice filled with a quiet frustration, "Dr. Stones, I just feel so disconnected. I love my husband dearly, but I feel as though my body isn't responding anymore." She was not searching for a miracle cure, but simply a gentle way to feel alive and at home in her own skin again. We implemented one small, consistent change. Each evening, about an hour before she went to bed, Carol began incorporating a small handful of unsalted, raw walnuts into her routine. Within a mere 2 weeks, she reported feeling noticeably more energized in the mornings. By the end of the first month, she told me that something profound had shifted, not just on a physical level, but emotionally as well. "It's like I'm back," she said, a newfound light in her eyes. "It's like my body remembered how to feel good." This is not about achieving an instantaneous transformation. It is about patiently and lovingly giving your body what it has been quietly asking for all along: natural, steady, and intelligent nourishment. And walnuts deliver precisely that. But we are only just getting started. The second nut I want to share with you takes everything that walnuts offer and amplifies it in a slightly different, but equally important direction. This next one supports not just your overall blood flow, but the very vascular tissue that allows you to experience pleasure, physical connection, and deep intimacy. Let's explore the surprising and potent power of pistachios. When we think about the complex nature of intimacy, our minds often focus on hormones or the emotional landscape. But the profound truth is that physical arousal is deeply and inextricably tied to our vascular health. For a great many women over 60, the desire is still very much present, but the body's physical response feels muted, delayed, or diminished. And that is not your fault. It is simply your body adapting to the natural changes in circulation and nerve sensitivity that occur over time. That is precisely why pistachios are such a remarkable and supportive food for women at this particular stage of life. These small, vibrant green nuts contain many of the same powerful benefits as walnuts, such as the presence of L-arginine for nitric oxide production, but they also come with an impressive and unique profile of antioxidants, healthy monounsaturated fats, and plant sterols that specifically help your blood vessels to remain flexible and highly responsive. In fact, a number of scientific studies, including those published in the prestigious International Journal of Impotence Research, have demonstrated that regular consumption of pistachios can significantly improve blood flow in both men and women, strongly suggesting an enhancement in physical responsiveness and readiness for intimacy. I remember one patient, Susan, aged 72, who confided in me during a routine checkup. "I still want to feel close with my husband," she said wistfully, "but my body just isn't keeping up anymore." We added a small handful of pistachios to her daily lunch routine. Over the course of the next few weeks, she began to notice a subtle but incredibly meaningful change: an increase in physical sensitivity, more natural lubrication, and a renewed sense of connection and partnership with her own body. Pistachios are so much more than just a simple snack. They are, in essence, our vascular allies, and their benefits extend far beyond the realm of intimacy. They also actively support healthy cholesterol levels, help to reduce systemic inflammation, and may aid in stabilizing blood sugar, which becomes an increasingly important aspect of health in our later years. Just like walnuts, pistachios are wonderfully easy to incorporate into your daily life. No prescriptions, no complicated regimens, just a smart, delicious, and natural choice that nourishes your entire circulatory system from the inside out. But we are not finished yet. There is one final nut that I want to introduce to you. This one can be a little harder to find and is often overlooked, but in my extensive clinical experience, it may very well be the most powerful of the three because it works precisely where so many women need the most helpline in supporting your hormonal balance, the health of your thyroid, and your body's natural energy production. We will talk about that in part 2 and explore how a single daily nut can quietly support your mood, your metabolism, and even the radiant glow of your skin. Stay with me. The third nut in this powerful and synergistic trio is one you may not be intimately familiar with, but I firmly believe that every woman over the age of 60 should be. It is the Brazil nut. And while it may not possess the household name recognition of walnuts or the everyday snacking appeal of pistachios, its role in supporting your delicate hormone health is nothing short of extraordinary. Brazil nuts are, by a significant margin, the richest natural food source of selenium, a trace mineral that your body requires in small amounts, but is completely unable to produce on its own. Selenium is especially vital for the proper functioning of your thyroid, the butterfly-shaped gland located at the base of your neck that acts as the master controller of your metabolism, your energy levels, your mood, and even how warm or cold you feel. As we age, our thyroid function can naturally become more sluggish, which can lead to a cascade of symptoms, including persistent fatigue, unexpected weight changes, hair thinning, mood swings, and even significant challenges with intimacy. According to the National Institutes of Health, an adequate intake of selenium is crucial for helping your thyroid to produce its hormones efficiently and for protecting the gland itself from inflammatory damage. Without enough of this critical mineral, the entire hormonal symphony of your body can begin to fall out of tune. This is where Brazil nuts step in so elegantly. Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts per day can supply your body with a healthy and sufficient amount of selenium. That is all it takes. And yet, this one tiny, consistent habit can yield powerful and noticeable shifts in how you feel throughout your day, from your baseline energy level to your emotional steadiness, and even to the way your skin glows with health. I'll share a story with you to illustrate this point. Diane, a 66-year-old retired school teacher, came to see me with a very common and relatable concern. "I don't feel like myself," she said, a sense of confusion in her voice. "I'm sleeping fine and I'm eating well, but I just don't feel present. I'm low on energy and my desire is almost gone." When we reviewed her diet in detail, it became clear that she was missing one important piece of the nutritional puzzle: selenium. So, we added 1 single Brazil nut to her daily breakfast routine. Just 1. Within a few short weeks, Diane started to feel more mentally alert. Her overall mood lifted. She experienced fewer of those debilitating low-energy afternoons that used to completely drain her. And gradually, her sense of connection, both to herself and to her partner, began to return. The key here is both consistency and moderation. Too little selenium does not provide your body with the support it needs, but an excessive amount can be harmful. So in this case, more is not better. That is why 1 Brazil nut a day, perhaps 2 if they are on the smaller side, represents the perfect sweet spot. Together, these 3 remarkable nuts, walnuts for enhanced circulation, pistachios for improved vascular response, and Brazil nuts for delicate hormonal balance, effectively cover the 3 foundational pillars of vitality in women over 60 UV: robust blood flow, keen physical responsiveness, and harmonious hormonal function. But what happens when you bring them all together? One thing I have learned from working with women for over 3 decades is that the body does not heal in isolated, compartmentalized pieces. It responds best to synergy, to small, intelligent elements working in beautiful harmony. And when you consistently consume these 3 nuts together, they begin to complement and amplify one another's benefits in a way that your body can truly and deeply feel. Let me introduce you to Brenda. She was 71 when she first came to me, and she felt as though she had tried it all: supplements, creams, books, even a variety of different diets, but nothing ever seemed to stick. "I'll try walnuts for a few weeks," she told me, "then I stop. Same thing with pistachios. I never see a difference." So, I made a simple request. Try eating all 3: 1 Brazil nut in the morning, a handful of pistachios at lunch, and a small portion of walnuts before bed. Do it every single day for 21 days. Nothing more. When Brenda came back 3 weeks later, her energy was noticeably different. It was palpable. "I feel lighter," she said, "not just in my body but in my mind. I'm sleeping better. I'm laughing more. And my husband said I seem more present." That word, present, is what stuck with me. Because this journey is not just about boosting hormones or improving circulation. It is about helping you to feel more fully and joyfully alive in your own body again. Think of it like this: walnuts help to open up the pathways. They improve blood flow, nourish your brain, and keep your heart strong. Pistachios work to tune your body's responsiveness, enhancing sensation and connection in the moments that matter most. And Brazil nuts work diligently behind the scenes, nurturing your thyroid and your entire hormonal system to create a steady, sustainable source of energy. It is a full, circle approach to aging well, one that does not require medication, does not disrupt your daily routine, and most importantly, does not ask you to change who you are. Instead, it supports the vibrant, powerful woman you have always been, one day, one delicious bite at a time. But even the most well-designed nutritional routine can be quietly and completely undermined by one critical mistake. And it is something I have seen far too many smart, strong women fall into without even realizing it. Let's talk about that now, so you can avoid it and truly begin to thrive. What is the single biggest mistake I see women over 60 make when it comes to their long-term health? It is not skipping an exercise session or indulging in the occasional sweet treat. It is something far deeper, more subtle, and much more damaging. It is the act of giving up. Not loudly, not all at once, but quietly, slowly, and insidiously. It often starts with a simple excuse. Maybe this is just what happens at my age. Then, it morphs into a little resignation. I guess I'm just not meant to feel that way anymore. And finally, it settles into a form of acceptance. This is probably the new normal. But that mindset, that slow, silent retreat from your own well-being, is the biggest and most formidable barrier to achieving lasting vitality. I once spoke to a woman named Helen, 69 years old, exceptionally smart, fiercely independent, and full of wonderful wit. But when it came to her health, she told me, "I don't know what's different, but I feel like I am participating in my life again." That is the real transformation. It is not just about how your body feels, but about how you show up for yourself, how you move through the world, and how you begin to see possibility again. Aging is not the enemy. Giving up is. In part 3, I will walk you through exactly how to make these 3 simple foods a part of a sustainable, enjoyable daily routine, one that supports your energy, your confidence, and your profound sense of connection. No confusion, no overwhelm, just a clear, nourishing rhythm that you can return to every single day. You deserve that. Let's build it together. When it comes to creating lasting and meaningful change, the most effective habits are invariably the ones you can actually stick with. Not because they are revolutionary or dramatic, but because they are simple, meaningful, and easily repeatable. That is why I always recommend establishing a daily vitality routine, a gentle, loving rhythm of care that you can build into your day without adding stress or requiring sacrifice. It centers around the 3 foods you now know so well: walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts. Each one supports a vital and distinct part of your health, but it is the consistency of your practice, not the sheer quantity, that makes the biggest and most profound difference. Let's walk through a simple routine I often share with my patients, one that fits effortlessly into your morning, midday, and evening. I call it the 3 touch points. And the best part, it takes less than 5 minutes of your entire day. Morning 1: Brazil nut. Start your day with a quiet, powerful act of self-support. One single Brazil nut in the morning delivers the optimal amount of selenium your thyroid needs to help regulate your hormones, protect your energy reserves, and keep your metabolism running smoothly. I often suggest pairing it with a glass of water or taking it right after you brush your teeth. It is a small, easy-to-remember habit that becomes a powerful daily statement, one that says, "I am supporting myself from the inside out." For women who are dealing with persistent fatigue, brittle nails, unpredictable mood dips, or weight that does not seem to budge despite their best efforts, this single step can gently help to restore hormonal balance over time. The thyroid gland touches nearly every system in your body, your brain, your heart, even your skin. And Brazil nuts offer one of the most natural and effective ways to nourish it. Midday, a handful of pistachios. By late morning or early afternoon, many women notice a predictable energy dip. That is the perfect and strategic time to reach for a small handful of unsalted pistachios. About 1/4 cup is all you need. Pistachios help to stabilize your blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and improve your vascular response, all of which contribute to both physical energy and sensual readiness. They also make an excellent, satisfying snack that nourishes you without spiking your blood sugar, which is particularly important as your metabolism naturally changes with age. Many of my patients tell me that adding pistachios to their lunch or as an afternoon snack helped to reduce their sugar cravings, cleared away their brain fog, and improved their ability to stay alert and focused throughout the afternoon. And because pistachios are rich in plant sterols and heart-healthy fats, they quietly support your cardiovascular health in the background, setting the stage for better circulation and a more vibrant physical response. Evening a small handful of walnuts. Finally, about an hour before you go to bed, finish your day with a small handful of walnuts. These nutrient-dense nuts work to support your body's overnight blood vessel repair, help to reduce systemic inflammation, and may even aid in preparing your body for a deeply restful sleep. Walnuts also contain a natural source of melatonin, a compound your body uses to regulate your sleep-wake cycle. That makes them a calming, supportive, and intelligent choice as you wind down your day. But perhaps most importantly, they continue to fuel your body's ability to maintain open, flexible blood vessels, a key factor for mental sharpness, emotional resilience, and enduring sensual health. Many of the women I have worked with describe this part of their routine as something more profound than just nutrition. It becomes a comforting signal to the body that says, "You are cared for, you are supported." Altogether, this simple routine takes just a few minutes, yet it delivers comprehensive support across the systems that matter most: thyroid function, cardiovascular health, robust blood flow, and hormonal balance. But remember, the key is not in doing more, it is in doing the right things with care and consistency. I have seen women completely transform their sense of vitality simply by honoring their bodies with these 3 small gestures each day. This is not because the nuts themselves are magic, but because they provide the precise nourishment for the systems that allow your own natural radiance to return. They help to remove the barriers your body has been facing. Barriers like sluggish blood flow, chronic inflammation, or hormonal misalignment, and allow your true energy and capacity for intimacy to reemerge. This is not about chasing youth. It is about stepping into your life fully, joyfully, and confidently, right where you are. And yet, even with the right daily practice, so many women never begin. Why? Because somewhere along the way, they have started to believe that they are not worth the effort anymore. I want to talk about that next. Over the years, I have sat across from countless women who come to me with more than just physical symptoms. They come carrying the heavy weight of years of accumulated self-doubt. Some whisper things like, "I just don't feel desirable anymore." This is what I call quiet resignation, and it is one of the most common and heartbreaking emotional challenges that women face after 60. You may not feel it every single day, but it often shows up in small, subtle ways: skipping meals, avoiding mirrors, or setting aside the concepts of joy or sensuality as things you no longer need. But here is the truth, one that I want you to hear not just with your ears, but with your entire heart: you are still very much worth caring for. You are still allowed to feel beautiful. You are still capable of reconnecting with your body, and you are not broken. Your body has simply been asking for your support in ways that often go unheard. One woman I remember so well, Joan, was 74 when she began her journey. She had lost her husband a few years earlier and told me, "I'm just going through the motions now." But something deep within her wanted to shift. So we started with the 3 nuts. That was it. Weeks passed. Then one day, she walked into my office smiling, really, truly smiling. "I'm not saying I'm a different person," she said, "but I don't feel invisible anymore." That word, invisible, breaks my heart, because far too many women have internalized the societal idea that aging means fading away. But I am here to tell you that you do not have to fade. You can reclaim your vitality without chasing impossible ideals. You can nourish your body without judgment, and you can feel pleasure, energy, and confidence at any age, because those things were never reserved for the young. They were reserved for the cared for. In Part 4, I will help you anchor everything we have discussed with a gentle reflection and a message of hope that I believe every woman deserves to hear. We will also explore how these daily choices ripple out into the deeper areas of your life, your relationships, your sleep, and your self-acceptance. Because healing is not just about your body, It is about coming home to yourself. Let's take a moment to reflect, gently and honestly. You have learned how 3 simple foods, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, can nourish the very parts of your body that the process of aging tends to challenge: your circulation, your hormonal balance, and your physical responsiveness. But beyond the nutrients, beyond the daily routine, something far more profound is happening. You are remembering how to care for yourself again. And that single act changes everything. When I sit with my patients, women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, the conversations often begin with their physical concerns: fatigue, low desire, or feeling emotionally flat. But what I have come to understand is that beneath those symptoms, there is often a much deeper feeling, one of loss, of identity, of sensuality, of the version of yourself that once felt so vibrant and seen. But here is what I want you to know with every fiber of your being. That version of you still exists. She has not disappeared. She is just waiting for the nourishment, both physical and emotional, that will allow her to reemerge. When you eat 1 Brazil nut in the morning, it is not just selenium that you are giving to your thyroid. You are sending a message that says, I matter. My energy matters. When you reach for pistachios midday, you are not just supporting your vascular health. You are reminding yourself that your sensuality does not have an expiration date. And when you end your day with a few walnuts, you are not just helping your heart. You are offering your body a good night's rest, one that it so deeply deserves. This is the rhythm of restoration. It is not about doing more. It is not about fixing something that is broken. It is about reconnecting to the woman you have always been, with gentleness, with intention, and with a deep and abiding respect for all that your body has carried you through. Let me tell you about Margaret, one of my longtime patients. She was 76, fiercely independent, and had spent decades of her life taking care of others. Her children, her grandchildren, and her late husband. But somewhere in that process, she had completely stopped taking care of herself. When we first spoke, she told me, I don't recognize myself anymore. I feel so dull. We did not start with prescriptions or complex procedures. We started with 3 nuts. 3 small, intentional choices, repeated every single day. At first, she laughed. This is too simple to possibly work. But within a few weeks, she was walking more, sleeping better, and making eye contact with people again. When she came in for her next visit, she was wearing lipstick and her favorite earrings, something she had not done in years. I feel like someone switched me back on, she said, her voice full of a rediscovered light. That is the incredible power of consistent, nourishing care. It is not flashy. It is not complicated. But it is real, and it is available to you right now. As we close, I want to leave you with this thought. You are not past your prime. You are not invisible. You are not too late. You are in a chapter of life that holds just as much potential for joy, intimacy, and connection as any that came before. But to access that potential, you must choose to show up for yourself. Not someday, not when you feel ready, but now. With small, intentional acts of care, with food that supports your biology, with habits that honor your spirit, and most of all, with a profound belief in your own enduring worth. This is your invitation to begin. Please, if this message has resonated with you, subscribe to our channel. Share it with a friend, a sister, a mother, someone who may also need a gentle reminder that their body still wants to feel good, that their health still matters, and that their greatest joy is not behind them. And if you feel moved, leave a comment below. Tell me which part of this spoke to you. Tell me you are starting today, or just simply type, I'm ready. Because once you decide that you are worthy of your own care, everything begins to shift. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Dr. Lily Stones, and it has been my absolute privilege to walk this path with you. Stay well, stay nourished, and above all, stay vibrant.